not to the home they're currently living in, but to the house next door. It all happens right now on Before and After. Hi, I'm Pat Simpson. Welcome to the show that documents great whole house remodels. Now, on this episode, we're going to follow homeowners Don and Marion. They lived in this neighborhood for 20 years, and the whole time they lived here, they admired the house next door, which is the house that we're in right now. So when the house came up for sale, they bought it immediately. They started making plans to remodel it, and the trick here was to maintain the house's character, but at the same time, turn it into the house they always wanted. We were lucky enough to be invited to follow Don and Marion on their adventure, so we're going to see everything in this remodeling process, from the redesign, the construction, and at the end of the show, we'll take a tour of the finished home. And that is all during this half hour. The home was built in 1923, but hadn't been updated since the 1940s. Marion and Don know exactly what kind of an updating they want to give it.
We hope to keep the living room and dining room as they were in the original house plan, but the rest of the house is going to have some different configurations to it.
Still retaining the old charm, but being able to have an open kitchen to a family room, adding a fireplace in the family room, having room for large family and friend gatherings with more open spaces than it has right now.
One of the ways in which they'll retain the home's charm is by restoring the original woodwork.
Because we believe that this is part of the character of the house. It's not supposed to look like a brand new house. It's supposed to look like one that is built in 1923 using the materials that existed in 1923.
One part of the existing home they don't want to keep is this half bath. It'll become part of the new, larger kitchen, and a full bath will be added on. Upstairs, the bedrooms will be reconfigured and a master suite added. Outside, the house is in for a makeover as well. Though Don and Marion are keeping the cedar shakes and original style, the home will be expanded and reoriented.
Right now, the driveway is off the front of the house, which is a busy street. The side street is not a busy street, and so the new garage will open onto the side street, and that'll be a big advantage.
Another big advantage for the couple is that during the construction, they'll be able to live in their current home since it's right next door.
To see this thing on a day-to-day basis and see it grow, take form.
And know that we'll still be able to enjoy our own home at the same time.
Well, the year-and-a-half-long planning process is over, and construction is about to start. Marion and Don are certain the end product will be exactly what they want.
We've been married for almost 36 years now. We kind of felt like we knew what we missed from previous homes in this house, and we felt like we could add them.
The couple presented their architect, Bob Flubacher, with a full 3-page dream list of things they wanted to incorporate into this remodel. When we come back, we'll meet Bob and see how he made their dreams come true. So stay with us.
Screen porch that was the front entry of the house.
Okay, good. Hello there, welcome back to Before and After. I'm Pat Simpson here with architect of record Bob Flubacher. Now, Bob created the drawings for the project that we're featuring on this episode. For those of you just joining us, this is the way the house used to look before the remodeling project began. And this is an exterior elevation of what the house looks like now. Now, we're going to see the actual finished house a little bit later on. Now we're going to look at Bob's plans that he's created, but before we go into these plans, what did the homeowners want when they came to you for help on the project?
Well, like most remodelings, what they were looking for was more space and some rooms that they didn't currently have. But the primary focus was to change the orientation of the house from a very busy major street around the corner to a quieter side street.
Okay, now this is the garage that's detached, and in order to back out, you said that was just a nightmare, onto this busy street. There's a more quiet street along here. So that being set up, let's talk now about the house.
Well, the original house had a screen porch that was the front entry, came through the porch into the door into the living room, an adjacent dining room, a very small antiquated kitchen in the back, and then a small bedroom.
Okay, and what you came up with for the first floor, the after, is this. This is great. This pretty much stayed the same here, and you did most of the work back here, right?
Correct. We expanded the kitchen into most of the existing space.
Okay.
Added a breakfast area and a family room adjacent to those two spaces. converted the original bedroom into a guest suite with a private bath next to it. And then this is the new primary entrance to the house off the side street with its own porch, a foyer, move the stair upstairs into this area, and then an attached 2-car garage.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, this is the before of the second floor, bedrooms and a bath.
The 3 very simple bedrooms and a small hall bath.
Okay, but now the after, a lot more volume. Let's talk about this. This stayed somewhat the same.
We kept the 3 bedrooms, reconfigured their shape a little, remodeled the hall bath for those bedrooms, and then added a master suite, large master bedroom with a fireplace, master bath, and across the hall a small office.
Beautiful. All right, now let's talk elevations. This is the before of the bungalow style home, and this is the after.
Very minor changes to the front elevation.
Okay.
You can see a little bit of the addition added to the side.
Okay, but when you look at this elevation, you can start to see the back coming out in the after. This is the before, this is the after. You see some growth here, right?
Yes, here you start to see the end elevation of the new garage, the new master bath above. This is a stone fireplace for the family room and the bedroom, and a small little private deck in the back.
Okay, now look at it from the side elevation and you really see the growth. Before, nice little bungalow, and the after.
Here's the original shape of the roof, which we tried to maintain, and the addition to the rear of that. This is that small breakfast room, the family room with the master bedroom above, and then this is the rear of the attached 2-car garage.
Okay, and this elevation is the opposite side. The before, here's the small front porch, screen porch, and look at this depth. This is wonderful.
Again, very, very minor changes to the original. We added some trim and detail. And then on the addition, we tried to create a significant entry point on the side with a small porch, that door, the dormer of the office above, the 2-car garage, and then the master bath above that.
The house has obviously grown and is beautiful, so let's talk square footage for a second. What was the house and what is it now?
The original house was a little over 2,000 square feet. The finished product is about 3,600 square feet, or an addition of roughly 1,600 square feet.
Wow, so they've got the space they need now.
Yes.
Turned out great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat.
Now we're going to take a tour of the finished house a little bit later on, but before we do that, let's go out to the construction site and take a look at some of those remodeling highlights. Well, all looks peaceful on the home front, but the home's back is a whole different story. A crew is busy back here today setting up the forms for the concrete crawl space of the addition. We can already tell that this will be a sizable addition. Inside, the air is dusty from demolition. In fact, the second floor has already been demolished down to the studs. Work on the first floor continues with the removal of this beam. These are the messy but necessary first steps in a remodel of this magnitude. 1 month later, we can see the new breakfast room addition from this angle, but turn the corner and it's apparent that this home is doubling in size. The framing of the second floor addition is still underway. Most of this area will make up the wonderful new master suite. These rafters are cut on site and nailed into place before this ridge beam is slipped in between them. The crew is framing this dormer, which will hold the tub in the master bath. Next door, Don and Marion are still comfortable in their other home.
I think it was handy for all of their people to be able to run over and ask us questions when perhaps something wasn't entirely clear to them from the drawing. And it was nice to sleep in a clean place at night and not among the construction dust.
Well, another 6 weeks have gone by and the new cedar shakes are being primed. They're nailed onto the house, lapping row upon row, which gives the siding a random appearance. The solid form of this belly band will lend a nice contrast to all those shakes. After it's nailed into place, it's caulked to provide additional weatherproofing. Next, an exterior molding is installed before the soffits go in. Inside, the framing is done and it's now time for the installation of the home's mechanical systems, including the plumbing and heating systems, as well as the electrical system. Conduit is bent with a pipe bender and then fitted to act as a chase for the electrical. It's just 2 months later, time to build the exterior stairway. The new garage is acting as a temporary workshop, so this riser can be cut to the proper size before it's brought back outside, where construction adhesive is used to help secure it before it's nailed. Inside, Decorative trim pieces are being installed around the tub in the new first floor full bath. End pieces need to be cut with this tile cutter before they're positioned. The cutter is also used to size down the last of the white ceramic tile that makes up the tub's surround. Over in the kitchen, the last of the cabinets are being installed. Marion and Don love the warmth and grain of the wood cabinets they chose as a highlight of this room.
We chose a simple craftsman design of birch wood with a fruit wood stain. We're enjoying just the simplicity of it and think we will for many years to come.
The couple is also very happy about the new open feeling in this area.
The windows, the access to the back patio area, access to downstairs makes this a central part of the house, but yet a comfortable place to relax.
Well, the construction is now over, and Don and Marion have the home they've always wanted right next door to the house they once lived in. We're going to take a tour of it when we come back, so stay with us. Welcome back to Before and After. This is the part of the program where we reveal the newly remodeled home. But first, let's start by showing you what the house used to look like. The home was built in 1923. Then it was updated in the 1940s. But a new millennium has arrived, so the house has been enlarged, updated, and given a very nice facelift. We will take a tour here of the inside of the house in just a moment, but first we're going to take another look at the exteriors. Joining us once again are the homeowners Don and Marion. Guys, tell me about your beautiful new home. It's great. From this side, it's wonderful. Tell me all about it.
That side is what you see going west on the main street. The objective was not to make it look like a barn, so we tried to make certain reliefs in the elevation, maintain the roof slopes of the addition to be the same as the original, and also the siding on the original house is maintained throughout the addition.
We love having the entry porch that's covered, a nice welcoming place to come in out of the weather, a good place in good weather to sit out and read the paper in the morning. The attached garage is wonderful in this climate to pull right in and get out of the weather.
It's good all the way around. Okay, now let's go over to the other side and look. This is the way it looked from this view before the remodeling began, and this is how it looks now. This side too is just gorgeous. Tell me about it.
That side has many windows on the back side of the house to allow the west sunlight to come in the afternoon. It also allows sufficient light during the day when the sun is over on the east. Our objective was to maintain again the roof lines to the original house. We bumped out a breakfast area, which mimics the bumped out dining room area in the original house.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, let's look at this view before and that view after. This is great. Marion?
Once again, I think it's beautiful the way the light is drawn into the house, much more than it used to be. We love the little back porch leading down to the patio. And I love the stone fireplace. I have an appreciation for what the masons can do and how good their work is. I love the stone fireplace.
When those stone masons work, it's like an orchestra, just like you said. It's beautiful. Well, your house is great. In fact, we're going to take a tour of the inside in just a moment. But before we do that, let's take one more quick look at all of the changes that have happened on the outside. Well, it's so obvious that the home is beautiful on the outside. It is just as nice on the inside. The long-awaited tour is coming up right now. Guys, let's take a tour through the inside of your house, starting right here in your new living room. But before we see the new living room, tell me what the old living room looked like, Don.
The old living room was very adequate. It was of sufficient size and lighting to be comfortable. As you'll see, all the trim isn't back on the windows, but we've maintained the original living room as it appeared in 1923, basically.
Okay, now let's go over here to this side to your new dining room, which is pretty much the same size too. We'll see the new in a moment, but first tell me about your old dining room, Marion.
Well, there were some built-in cabinets in the old dining room. We love the old dining room light fixture, which you'll see we were able to use it again in the new dining room. Again, the moldings need to be stripped and put back on.
Have a lot of space here. Perfect. All right, now let's go to this area, everybody's favorite, the kitchen. But before we see your new kitchen, as usual, tell me about the old kitchen. What was it like?
Well, the old kitchen was suited to the house, the time period that it was built in the 20s. It had metal cabinets, black metal tile on the walls, kind of unusual. Not much light over the sink, but there were some windows.
And your new kitchen is awesome.
It's fabulous. I love it.
Tell me about the new
loads
one.
of counter space, lots of good lighting, plenty of cabinets. It's a wonderful place to be.
It really is. Okay, now this is a new guest bedroom here. We'll see that in a moment, but that was used for something else before, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a combination den, TV room, adequately sized for a bedroom, but no closet in it. We've converted that to put a double bed into the room and added a closet.
Okay, now right here is a new bathroom. That was a bath before, but not a full bath. Is that right?
Well, actually, that old bathroom was under the old stairway. We have a new bathroom now, a full bath with a tub and shower, convenient to the new bedroom.
Just the right size. Now, right here is new space. This is a new foyer for the main entry of your house. Tell me about this new foyer. It's perfect.
It's a great welcoming space without walking directly into the rest of the house.
Okay, and all of the rest of the house that we'll see on this level is new. This new family room is huge. Tell me about this living space.
This living space was intended to be exactly that. We have never had a family room with a fireplace, so we opted to put a fireplace in it and also put all these windows on the west elevation.
Okay, and right next to the family room is a new breakfast area that's perfectly placed. Tell me about the breakfast area.
Again, it's light, it's easy to see from the kitchen. Very good place to be.
It really is. Okay, now let's go upstairs. Let's start right here in your office. What was that space before? Was that part of a bathroom before?
That was part bathroom and part bedroom. I love my new office. I love that I can leave my sewing projects out and close the door and come back to them when I want to.
Okay, and across the hall from there is a new bedroom, which was, I think, a bedroom before.
Yes.
But now you've redecorated and you have a new bedroom. Tell me about the new bedroom there.
The new bedroom is almost the same size as the original. We've added some additional closet space, but again maintained the size and the moldings as original.
All right, moving on to here, this is Don's office, and this is new space, is that right?
This is new space, yes. I've never really had my own office, so I don't have to clean it up on Marion's command. And I enjoy it. It's strategically placed right across from the bedroom.
Which we're going to see right now. This is the new master bedroom, and to say that it's large is putting it mildly. Tell me about this master suite, starting in the bedroom.
Well, it's just a wonderful, comfortable, large, light room. Has a fireplace, which we enjoy. Plenty of space to spread out.
Okay, and attached, of course, is the master bath, which is as big as some houses. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is large. It's kind of a bonus for us because it was placed above the garage, and because we maintain the roof slopes, we were able to make use of a relatively large area above the garage as a bathroom.
Don, Marion, your home is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. It's been fun.
Thank you. We've enjoyed this project and are absolutely enjoying this new home.
That's great. We'd also like to say thank you to Bob Flubacher of Robert Flubacher Architects, also known as RFA, and the contractor of this home, Patrick Finn. Now don't go away, stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to open up the before and after photo album, and you don't want to miss it. If you have questions or comments, we'd like to hear from you. Write to us at Before and After, care of HGTV, Box 50970, Knoxville, Tennessee 37950. Be sure to include today's episode number and your daytime phone number. Welcome back to Before and After. It's time now to open our photo album and take a look at another exciting whole house remodel. This small cottage is nestled among the sand dunes on Lake Michigan. Even though it's not apparent in this photo, the cottage has a combination log and shingle exterior. The homeowners wanted to expand their home without having to clear away any trees on their heavily wooded lot. This is what the cabin became after Allegretti Architects of St. Joseph, Michigan transformed it into an updated and larger woodland cottage. A new addition to the original cabin extends the home outward and upward. The main level is sided with pine logs, while the second story is covered with cedar shingles. Dark cedar trim is arranged in horizontal strips below the peaks of each dormer. The dormers themselves add character as well as extra space. Here's the lakeside view of the home after the renovation. The homeowners get a nice view of the lake with these floor-to-ceiling windows on the main level. The windows are framed in steel, which protect against the strong winds typical of a dunescape setting. Now, let's look at the inside of the home. Here's a photo of the old kitchen. The knotty pine cabinets and walls had yellowed over time. And here's the new. As part of the remodel, new knotty pine cabinets, sealed to retain their natural color, replace the old yellowed pine. There's also a new limestone countertop. Here's a photo of one of the old bedrooms. And here's the same bedroom after the remodel. It now also has new pine walls. Here's the new family room. Once again, pine was used to cover the walls, and this early American fireplace was salvaged from the original cabin. Finally, take a look at this new porch. A wall of windows provides views of the lake. Once again, here's how the original home looked before the remodel, and here is the gorgeous woodland cottage it has become. Well, that wraps up another episode of Before and After. Thank you so much for joining us. As we leave you, let's take another quick look at some of the befores and the afters that we featured on this episode. I'm Pat Simpson. I'll see you next time.